I don't know if this is... Oh my fucking god. Right, hello. You may notice that we're currently sat at the desktop. Let me just pop it. Yeah, we're currently sat at the desktop and nowhere else. Because I turned my system back on from recording today's video after removing GNOME. In the process of removing GNOME and updating my system, I broke my drivers. I had NVIDIA driver issues, so I'm just... You're gonna have to bear with me. That's fine. Yeah, so I'm just trying to quickly catch up as fast as I can. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's just... No, not read only, for fuck's sake. Paste. Hold on. Good, right, okay. Anyway, hello. Hi, yeah, I have literally... So, what happened is I wanted to uninstall GNOME. GNOME did not fully uninstall. Anyway, I was uninstalling GNOME, and in the process it updated my system. Now, I don't know if you know this, but the NVIDIA drivers for Linux kernel 6.1-0-18 do not work. I forgot about that, because nothing broke initially. So I was running around like a headless bloody chicken, trying to get this to work for the past 40 minutes. That's why the stream started late. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's why I'm starting late for. And then I do realize my shirt is awfully bright, and that's because I want to put on. Just everything falling apart. Everything falling apart. Anyway. Watch, this will have an issue as well. Fuck. Thank the fuck. Honestly, no, it just... I was downstairs helping Dad with him and his radio and his computer and this and that, and then my own system wasn't working. Because I knew something was wrong when, during the boot up process, it was just failed. Load of scroll by. Fail. Oh dear. And then when it came to the login screen, because normally when I come to the login screen regularly, I have all my monitors. I have all three. Not this time. I only had one. It was this one. Thank fuck it was this one. But I only had one, not three. And it wasn't until I realized, I have the 1.8, not the 1.5. That's what was causing the issues. God, I hate it. Oh, flaky. Oh, flaky flickery. Flaky flickery. Hang on, let me just fix the flaky flickeriness. There. Oh, transform fit the screen, please. Oh my. Do the clicky. Now do that. Bring it in. There we go. Hello. Jesus bloody Christ. Yeah, I don't know. Tech. It's me. God love it when it fucking breaks. By the way, really that like? No, we're not. Okay, so I need to update this time before we proceed any further. Where did I get up to? Jesus. Did I build GC? Did I? Oh, don't tell me the virtual machine's just fucking died.
Oh, today is not my day.
Oh, brilliant. Today is not my fucking day. Today is not my fucking day. Because the virtual machine has just gone. How are you doing? Right. No, I didn't get anything. I wanted to get tubes done, except for my eyes. But I got. Oh yeah, that's right. You are. I got the MK Ultra bot up and running again, which is fine. Website's up and running again, which is fine. That's good. The only thing I can think of, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. No, it's Nick website that's currently doing the hosting of it. Nick web server? I don't know. They just kept constantly mentioning Web01. I don't know where my glasses have gone. That's the issue. I have been having what is known in the business as a fucking day. I've been having a day, Ben. Yeah, Nick's web server, that's it. That's where it is. I know you do. And actually, I'm thankful for it. Anyway, the issue I've had, because you just missed it, Ben, my system, the virtual machine from last time round, decided to fucking break. I shit you not, all I did was I just clicked that little menu there to open up the... Yes, it is a very good habit to have, Peter. And the reason why it took so long for the stream to come around, Ben, because I saw you commenting in Discord, because I didn't open Discord whilst I was troubleshooting, is my own system, because I don't know if you've seen today's GNOME video or anything, but if you have seen today's GNOME video, well, today's video, you know I installed GNOME. When I uninstalled GNOME and did sudo apt auto remove, it got rid of the 1.5 kernel and also updated me to the 1.8 kernel. Problem being, the 1.8 kernel doesn't work with NVIDIA drivers at the minute. And I forgot about that because everything was working. The reason why I didn't use the virtual machine for this is because I wanted to prove that yes, it could be done on a direct system. Oh, I know desktop environments are a pain to clean up, but I said, fuck it, we do it live. So, I indeed fucked it and did it live. It's not a joke either. I did indeed fuck it. Yeah. Exactly. We fuck it. We do it in production. Hey, right. Sudo-I. Shall I run a script that reconfigures SSH whilst in production? What's the worst that could happen? So many things. Do it whilst in production, mate. Okay, right. That's fine. Polo. Oh, please don't run it on mine. Fuck it, you've already started. May as well. Yeah, just keep. Oh, I reset the passwords earlier, so it's fine. It's fine. I did not reset all the passwords on. Fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball. So if you go to my website and it suddenly doesn't work anymore, blame Peter.
Oh god.
Yeah, so no, I changed the passwords. Changed the passwords, not just the keys, so I had to reset the keys anyway. I had to reset the keys to be able to log in because it wasn't happy with the I since you redid a lot of yeah. You didn't implement that thing, did you? Right. Yeah, I didn't think it would exist this quickly. Either way, let's... Fuck it, we ball. I notice I'm having some 3D issues. Thank you. Anyway, this is the Linux from scratch SystemD 12.1 SystemD version. This is the version that was done this year. So, I want to rip my eyeballs out because you can see my face so clearly. It's horrific. Right, either way. So, first things first, let's just do the usual sanity check, make sure error SH is not bash. We'll deal with that later. Logical calls available, it's all good. We are groovy. Build nil FS in stages, blah blah. We all know this one already, or the partition issues. Me. Create file system for the thing, so. I didn't. He just wanted to update it. Let me just do that, and then here is my OpenSSH private key. I nearly put it in the Discord. And here is the public key. There you go. Private and public. I nearly just posted up. Yep. Okay. Done. Anyway, we continue on with this one. So, list our blocks, as we can see. list our blocks. As we can see here, we have one disk known as VDA, or Virtual Disk A. This will be different based off your system if you're doing this in bare metal or in a different virtual machine environment. The reason why this is showing up as Virtual Disk A is because this is a KVM or QEMU one that just goes directly to basically bare metal without the bare metal. It's as close to bare metal as you can get. Please don't fuck me today, computer. Either way, once we've done that, what we need to do now is make our file system with -v-t ext4. That is the file system. Type on dev VDA. And as we can see here, super blocks installed and yada yada yada. I hope I could see. Either way, now if we just do block ID, we can now see, oh look, this block, this thing has a file system on it. Yes, the ext4, not these constant loopbacks that Ubuntu do. So in this case, we're not using a swap disk, so we don't need to worry about that. This export port LFS equals. This is just the usual MNT LFS. We'll need this for later, so this is just for moving things in and out easy. Don't worry about it. Now what we need to do is we need to make our directory -pv LFS. We need to mount our directory at ext4 to /dev/vda. Give it the thing LFS. So anytime we say $LFS, it just goes move it to MNT mount LFS. That's why the $ part. So it's right there. Don't worry about it. We're good. We're not using multiple partitions, so we don't need to worry about that. And because we're not using swap, we don't need to do /sbin/swap on -v/dev/. Okay, just send it to me in the Discord. We'll figure it out from there. Thank you, Peter. What we now need to do is, that smells like fucking thing, and I'm jealous. Make our sources directory, and then change it to -v, make it sticky, plus writable to LFS sources. So what this will do is the A plus WT means it's 177. 1 means anybody can add to it, but only the owner can remove from it. That's what that's what the 1 is. The 777 means anybody can add to it, whether it's the group user or group user or thing. I can't remember what the other one is. But the 1 makes it sticky, so only the owner of that particular directory can remove from it. Oh, good luck. So what we now need to do is cd LFS sources, and then wget our wget list. Yes, just casually downloading our wget list at 1.7 gigabytes per second. Yes. Let it download everything. Yeah, good luck with rebooting your entire Kubernetes cluster at once, Peter. I can't help you there, mate. I'm already crying into my hands and keyboard because of the things I've had to deal with today. Anyway, whilst waiting for this to download, maybe consider supporting myself here on YouTube. You can now support me for as little as 99 pence a month. That is the equivalent of what? Cup of coffee made at home every day for a month, if that. So maybe consider support. Oh Lord, maybe consider supporting me for as little as 99 pence a month, and you get a little badge next to your name that says, "I support him. Why the fuck don't you? I'm better than you." Why not consider it? Oh, you really are rebooting your entire. Oh dear. You really are rebooting your entire thing. Good luck. So, say again? Remember, if you're channel member, you get early access to videos. So, this needs to finish. I need to go grab downstairs and grab some food. Let me just... Ah! Too big. So, bear with me whilst I go fetch food. Talk amongst yourselves. Remember, become a channel member, get early access to videos. So I have returned. I have returned. Oh, believe me. It is. Because if you've watched any of my streams in the past, you will know that me copy and pasting things doesn't always guarantee doesn't guarantee a Linux operating system. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. Right. We'll grab our MD5's checksum file. Oh, I have a very special talent for fucking things up. Just by using them is enough to fuck things up. Today's stream was started late because I fucked things up. Because... See? Warning, one listed file could not be read, which means if memory serves me correct, it's expat. See? No, I have a extremely special talent for fucking things up royally. Yeah, I break things rather easily. Just by using them, really. It's also a here's what not to do. Where is it? GitHub. Yep. So I will also be eating at the same time because I was going to have food earlier on, but one of Dad's friends came around right before I started cooking. So I never got the chance to eat earlier. We need the .tar.xz. Yeah, okay. So open a terminal, sudo mv, that's to... Where is my fucking $sign? LFS/sources. Good. Yeah, I have an extremely special talent at just breaking things for no reason. But trust me, it is just a smidge more than copy paste. For example, why can I not? What version of XPath did I just download? See? Not there. File moved on it. See, this is why copy paste doesn't work. Export LFS equals /mnt/LFS. Oh, I know what I did. No, I don't know what I did. Right, MV. Move that to LFS/sources. Okay. Yeah, trust me, there is... If it was an Olympic sport to see how hard you could break something by using it in its expected form, I would be a gold bloody medalist. Like, I have broken operating systems now in the past just by restarting them. I had to stop using... Why the fuck are there 3? Why are there 3? I stopped using Manjaro now because my operating system broke just by rebooting it. And anyway, I can explain things as we go along so you can get a bit more understanding. Yes, I am also eating. I haven't had a chance to eat today. So this here is just making sure that the ownership of the sources directory and subsequent directories belongs to root. But yeah, fuck it, we ball. We do things live in production. What this here is doing is it's making a load of directories that we need whilst doing some fancy schmancy stuff in the background. It's also found out if we're running a 64-bit system or not with the uname -m. So, because if it's running a 64-bit, it then appends it with 64 or, well, it just appends it with 64. Right. So now we've got that. Tools directory, of course. And trust me, you very much want to do copy paste after a certain point. Because I think we'll find it now. So, group add. What this is doing is just bash's default shell for LFS, of course. Adding it to the group. M creates a home directory and then just yeah. Prevents it from doing funkiness. Don't worry about this. Most of the start you can just copy paste that and don't worry about it. So pass WD, LFS. And then of course we need to say, hey, LFS needs access to all of the stuff here. See, now if you're following this book along, you would see the point where it says, hey, look, you should switch to the LFS user now. Wrong. Wrong. What you need to do is you need to go into the setting up the environment, and you see where it says important. Important. We need to copy that. We need to do that first. We do that first. The reason why we do that first is because doing that first actually allows us to install the system properly. Because I haven't done that before now. And in the result of not doing that has stopped the system from being installable and actually usable. You only get that knowledge from actually doing it. Because as you can see here, we have bash. That's fine. That's exactly what we want. Don't worry about it. You do things enough time, you actually learn where things go wrong. So, create a bash profile. A bash RC file, don't worry about it. This is standard stuff. Sorry, it's just hard to swallow in a minute. This is a, hey look, you need to do this, you need to do this, we will do it again, because we can. Now, I don't, if you weren't here last stream, you wouldn't have heard this little ramble I did. But recently, between 12 and 12.1, they've changed this section here. For many modern systems with multiple processors or cores, compilation time can be reduced using parallel make. Now, it's basically saying, oh look, you can use 32 cores on CPU and how this is all modeled, blah, 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 blah. I am forever known for saying I'm make -J30, not -J32. And I think someone who's watched my stream, who actually is involved with the Linux from scratch stuff, has watched my stream and gone, yeah, I think it's time we update it. Because it used to be previously make -J4. And now not make -J30. Well, because we can do this two way around. We can either go make using the number of processors available that we can see available, or give a specific number. I could say, hey look, use 17 of your 30 available cores. I won't do 17 because why? Now we get a new user profile by sourcing it. Bada bing, there's LFS. Rob, look, we actually have something. Copy pasting does a bit more than just what you know. Yeah. SBUs is just... SBUs are standard build units. It's just how long it should take to build something. Because the first package you build is a one standard build unit. And then you extrapolate that out based off how many build units something takes. That's what this section basically does. Test suites. Because I have been known to torture myself, we will not be doing the test suites at all. It is a fuck it we ball. It is a fuck it we ball scenario. Right. Sorry, I just need to move my desk around so I can keep eating. So this is basically just going, this is all done, don't worry about it. Toolchain technical notes, it just goes into finer granular detail on how all things work. I don't need to know that. Because I've done this many times, and if you want to learn it and know how to do it, read up on it. It's actually a rather interesting read. I have done it many times now. Good, -J30, which is what we wanted. This is just screaming at us. Make sure that your LFS thing is set correctly. We can do that with LFS. Bada bing. Make LFS is done so. Worry not. Compiling cross toolchain. These are the things we're going to need to absolutely get started. This is as far as I got last time around, because last time around I was feeling rather bleh. Reminds me, anti-blur. There are my anti-blurs. So it's just, these are the tools that I needed to compile to their other tools. Compile your compiling tools. Don't worry about it. So, cd lfs sources. And in this case, we have bin utilities 2.42. 2 is the major version, 4 is the minor version, 2 is the patch version. Because a lot of packages use the major minor patch versioning system, 2 is the major, 4 is the minor, 2 is the patch. I should really use that with a lot of my stuff, but I don't, because fun. Anyway, now that we're here, what we need to do is tar-xvf. I do xvf because the v shows verbose and you can actually see what's going on and actually know it's working. I prefer doing it like that. My preference, yours may vary, as you can see. Bada bing. We need to cd into bin utils, and we need to make the directory build because the developers of bin utils recommend that you have a build directory. And this is why you want to spend a lot of time copy pasting, because trust me, configuration instructions can easily be fucked up. Ask me how I know. So what you want to do is copy your configuration instructions. This is just setting up of how it should be compiled and built and all this. Don't worry about it. You can just copy paste all this, don't worry about it. Unless you've got some really hyper-specific version. Hyper-specific needs, don't worry about it. Just hit enter. If it breaks, cry. Try and start again. And it also gives you a meaning for what's going on. Just, yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah. What we now need to do is just time make. This sets a time. Well, this actually records the time, and because this is the first package we build and it has a 1 standard build unit, we can then find out how long it should, in theory, take to build the packages that are 43 standard build units. Considering that it will take literal supercomputers to break SHA-256 passwords, I think I'm okay with it. And when I mean supercomputers, I mean quantum supercomputers, not regular supercomputers. As if there is such a thing as regular supercomputers. Yeah, imagine that. Regular supercomputers. Anyway, that's done. Let me just have a nom down on this. Best practice. Thumb drive. That's it. Now we compiled it and made it and installed it. Exactly. But now that we've made it, we just leave the directory. We don't need the directory again, for now anyway, so we remove it. It is important we remove this directory because we will be doing a second pass of bin utils. And you do not want what has already been compiled and made conflicting with what you need to do again. So, it does recommend that you remove anything you've done and compiled, you remove it once you're done with it. And you just go through every single one, every single time. Don't mess around with it. When it says remove, it genuinely does mean it. -rf bin utils. Now, it's important that you see that it does not have a dot after it, because this doesn't. You're fine. It's just removing the directory. I, before now, have accidentally removed the actual file and had to shoehorn in the same file once I've re-downloaded it. Done that before now. You could do that, Peter, yes. Now that we've done that, we move on to GCC. This is the GNU C++ or C and C++ compilers. So, remember, if you're a long-time viewer of these streams, you know it's -xvf, the directory. So in this case, it's GCC. Have an omelette sandwich. Enter the directory. This needs 3 packages outside of the directory. It needs MPFR, GMP, and MPC. So, I'll explain what it's doing. It is extracting the directory MPFR, and it is moving it from there to a file called MPFR, or to a folder inside called MPFR inside of the already existing. It's just moving it to the new place. The reason why it's getting rid of all the extra stuff is because it doesn't need all the extra stuff. Bada bing. And on 64-bit hosts, default directory is anything that's 64-bit just needs to be named lib. This is what this is doing. Now, of course, we need our build directory, so make build, cd build. Doesn't matter what you called this one, but it's recommended you just call it build and be done with it. Don't worry. And this long of a compilation instructions is something you do not want to mess up. So if you have the opportunity to copy and paste it, you absolutely should, because these get annoying very quickly. Because there is a certain point, once you start downloading and installing your own packages from the Beyond Linux from Scratch section of the Linux from Scratch infrastructure, you will know that you have to write out every single compilation instruction. It gets annoying very quickly. Hello, Kudo Conan. Welcome along, my friend. Yes, I unfortunately speak from experience when I say I know how easy it is to break things and how annoying it can be. Mainly because I've already done it. I am very well known for breaking things. Hello, Hazem Oni. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Now that we've got this done, we're just going to feed it time make. This will take however long it takes. I'm just that's what I'm doing. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten yet today. I was going to eat 2 hours ago, but I got busy providing tech support. Regardless of where I am in the world, I'm always able to give tech support. When I was in Australia, I was giving tech support back to here. What's this is going? Maybe consider becoming a channel member, where you can help support me for as little as 99p a month, and you get a little badge next to your name that says "I'm better than you because I support him and you don't." Maybe you can take that into consideration. This here is running with 30 cores available to it, 16 gigs of RAM. This shouldn't take too long, bearing in mind This has a approximate build time of 3.8 standard build units. If you're not familiar with the SBU or standard build units, it is some rough extrapolation from first package you build. First package you compile and make and install has a standard build unit of 1. And for me, it took 25 seconds to do that package. So they recommend just some rough extrapolation of if it takes 25 seconds at 1 standard build unit, this at 3.4 standard build units should only take roughly maybe a minute and a half to build. Now, again, the extrapolation with it being rough is exactly that. It is a rough science. So keep that in mind when extrapolating it out. These sausages are good. But keep that in mind when just doing the extrapolation and the guessing. Not an exact science, but trust me, the more cores you have, the better CPU you have, the better. Because as historical viewers of mine know, I used to do this on a Ryzen 5 2400G. Now, the copyright date on it said 2016. So I was doing this with 4 cores on a CPU that was what, 7 years old. So yeah, this is so much faster. Trust me, the better the CPU you have, the better. I'm now running a Ryzen 9 5950X at 32 cores, and the CPU can quite easily hit 5 GHz if it's released from its reins. But now that we're done with this, we can install it with time make install. Oh, so that's fine then, Peter. I mean, you know what you're doing, so I'll take your word for it and trust you. See, Peter here is a friend of mine who also does Linux. Now, I can't remember if I was the one that got him into Linux or what, but Linux is a thing we share. We've known each other for years now. It's brilliant. But now we're done with this package, and we've done a substitution of things that we need to do, we can leave this directory. If you noticed how with here it's CD, it's taken us back a directory already. Now with these packages that require a build directory, it is my force of habit to do cd /. So that's to go back 2 directories. Now in this case I only need to go back 1. But it is something to take into consideration when you're building packages, that it is quite easy to just take 2 steps backwards and be lost. I've done it plenty of times. Oh boy. That might be a grub config issue. I've had plenty of them, and know plenty about that. Peter, do you care to tell our fine guest here how easy it is for me to, or even Ben in Storm OS Dev, just tell our new guest Kudo Conan how easy it is for me to fuck it up. And I have plenty of experience with this. Trust me, it is very easy to fuck it up. By the way, rm-rf-gcc, make sure it's the directory, not the file. It was. Now we just need to do -xvf. How many times have I fucked it up? Too many. Yeah, could be. It could be as simple as you've got a graphics driver issue. It could be any number of things, mate. Trust me, it's not just you. It's not just you. If you do come across a log, just works. Yeah, sure, Peter. If you do manage to get a log, join the channel Discord and go from there. Dropping the log will help you. Peter, I say that with my knowledge of breaking things. Make sure leave the directory, remove the directory onto the next directory. I say that with my knowledge of me breaking things. So we need glibc, so car-xpf glibc. See, this is why it's important to not just do tab then enter when doing your things, because some of these files actually have a patch file which will need to be applied in chapter 8. It's important to know that. This is true. You can also change your terminals, your login to, well, your terminal that you're using, or your TTY, by doing Alt and then left or right on the arrow keys. And depending on your system, you can go all the way up to TTY 9. But I wouldn't recommend that, just based off your system. You could do anything with that, really. So CD glibc, it's, like I said, it's important to remember that not every software package is made the same. They're all different in their own ways. Some of them have the same compilation instructions time and time again. That's fine. Some of them don't. So it's important to keep that in mind whilst making it. Remember the first time I booted Linux from scratch operating system? What did it do, Peter? It kernel panicked. Exactly. So, our new friend here may be having a kernel panic they can't see. That's entirely possible. I mean, yeah, it should be giving an output of everything. I agree. There should be an output. From my knowledge of Linux, there should absolutely be an output. It definitely should. And to me, it sounds like it might be a graphics issue. So it's entirely possible that our friend's got a graphics issue. Well, this is also true. And frankly, I've got no idea what it could be. Potato wedges and sausages. Bread. I've been busy playing with scaffold poles and giving tech support today. I need this. It's entirely possible you've got a system hang right at the start. Hang on. You said it was a LFS system, right? Something's not loading then. Because if it's an LFS system and you've got a system hang, when you got a black screen, something's not loading. It might be SystemD is not loading properly. I've had that happen before. So take it with a pinch of salt. You might be having a system hang. SystemD might not be loading. It's entirely possible. I've had that happen. Now we're done with the build. We can install it. It's more than likely you've got a SystemD issue, and it's just not loading something. If that fails, you won't even be able to know. It just lights out. I've had that issue before. So, long and short of it is, mate, it is entirely possible you've had a SystemD failure. And when SystemD fails, because here's the thing, SystemD is process identification number 1. If that fails, you've got nothing. Yes, I've had SystemD failure, kernel panic, grub misconfiguration. How many times have I had a grub misconfiguration? Or, better yet, graphics fail. What was it? We spent 3 weeks trying to fix a graphics issue. So yeah, trust me, I've been through it all. What I just did is just ran a quick program that said, hey, look, give me the program interpreter. In this case, lib64, so the 64-bit variant, and outputted 64-bit shared object 2. That's fine. That's what we want. Well, here's the thing. Because I kept manually editing it, I knew it was going to work, because even though I saved things, as you know, you watched me save things, and it still didn't work. So me manually editing it is what made it work. I have a habit of just making it worky. Making it worky. It's fun. Yeah, I've been messing around with scaffold poles today, as well as sitting on roofs. Just sat on the extension roof earlier whilst I was figuring out some server things, just to sit in the sun and also see the sea. Right. Now that we're done with glibc, we leave the directory, remove the directory, the next directory. In this case, we once again need to bring back GCC. This time, I'm not entirely sure what. Yeah, that might be your issue. Thinking about it, if you're using Windows subsystem for Linux, just use a virtual machine, mate. Don't even try the subsystem for Linux, because I'm not sure it's been tested. I speak from experience, it doesn't work for me. But that's just me. Anyway, GCC, we need to bring that back again, because we need the lib standard C++ standard library, which is why we need GCC again. So it is important that we delete the used directory every single time we use it. Move forward. I'm only using Ubuntu because I've used Ubuntu before. I know it works. This does not affect the outcome. It's just the prerequisite. I could use any Linux operating system as long as it has the same base packages. But I had the ISO for this. That's why I use this. Used it once. I'm going to keep using it because, frankly, it makes no difference. tar-xvf GCC. Is GCC anything? Yeah, it is. GCC. Our build directory. opens up. Yeah, just keep in mind that Windows subsystem doesn't always work, because I've tried it in the past. Now it should work. In theory, it should work, but also it's the fact that there might be some special calls into it that you need to keep in mind. So keep that in mind. Well, yeah, it's basically just a glorified shell. Try me. I don't use Windows subsystem for Linux because I have two separate drives. My Linux drive is a SLC cache 1 terabyte NVMe drive, and it's connected directly to the CPU on the NVMe port on my board. My Windows drive is also a 1 terabyte NVMe drive, but it's a QLC, and it is through a add-in card. Yeah. So it's important just for where it is. Now, the importance of SLC cache and QLC cache is SLC cache, 1 bit is stored in one area of the drive. QLC cache drives there are 4 bits of data stored in the same place, and the fuller your drive gets, the slower it gets, and it eventually gets slower than a hard drive. So QLC drives are good because more storage in less space, in the same physical space. However, after a certain point in time, they then get so slow that you may as well just use spinning rust in the form of a hard drive. So keep that in mind. Company has standards. I use both interchangeably. It works. Right. Do I actually install? Yeah, I did install. Okay. We're done with GCC, so leave the directory, remove the directory. On to the next one now. We're moving on to the cross-compiling of the toolchain. This is as far as we got last time round. But you're gonna have to give advice on this one because I'm not sure for that. Right, these are temporary tools that we need for compilation further on. When it says temporary, we actually do remove them. So again, temporary is temporary. The whole chapter must be done as the LFS user. Don't worry about anything else. Just keep doing what you are doing. We need the M4 directory, so tar-xvf M4. Hit tab, it does, so M4. That's pretty cool. So once we've done that, it's just, we will also copy that. Make sure you keep eating. Make sure you have a drink nearby. Things do take a while. I have a cup of cold black coffee. Yum. Try and make. Yes, a cup of cold black coffee. Wonderful. Now we've done that. Select install. Leave the directory. Remember how I said, be careful how far back you go? I just made that same mistake right there. That's how easy it is to do it when you force tab into it. Anyway, we'll leave the directory. We remove the directory. We move on to the next one. The next one is ncurses. So tar-xvf ncurses. cd ncurses. Trust me, these get interesting. So this is the 2023 20th of May edition. First things first, we need to ensure that gork or gork, I call it gork, but it is absolutely meant to be gork. But anybody who has any sort of sanity, which I don't, calls it gork. So it's just saying, hey, look, make sure gork exists. Bada bing, and then just run a. We need to make a program to run our program. Yeah, so we need to make a program to run the build instructions for our build program. Yeah, this is sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy, as it were. Now that we've done that, feed it the install instructions. Remember, copy pasting is your friend. Trust me. Hit paste in, carry on. These are spicy potato wedges. They're very nice. Haven't done that, it's just time make. You don't have to include time in the front of yours. I just include time in front of mine so I can just see how long it's taken. Had I had a singular core, it would have taken 40 seconds instead of the 4 it actually... Yes, instead of the 4 it actually took. Remember, children, that is 4, this is 3. Yeah. Wonderful fun. So, now that we've made it, install the package is just saying, hey, look, do the thing. Don't worry about it. Install it in the correct place. Sausage is pretty good as well. Cumberland sausage. Very nice. Go down to where it says to. And you are off to the races. Okay. There you go. Now that we've done this one, we can leave it in cursors and remove it as always. So, cd cursors, rm remove, leave the directory, remove the direct, leave the directory, remove the directory. Go on to the next one. So we need to tar the bash package. Now the reason why that didn't work is because there is a patch available for it. Remember, it is important to remember the patch. Also, you are currently being balanced up by an RJ45 casing. You know the jack you use to plug into things? That is what the camera is being balanced up by. This is currently a Nikon D3300. I've gone through the process of actually installing software. I did a video on that, on how to turn your DSLR camera into a webcam for Linux. Pretty cool. Anyway, dig into bash. You'll find it. There's also a link to it on my GitHub as well. This is our bash or born again shell. Yeah, it's kind of important. You kind of need this because this is the only shell you get to install before you get to the Beyond Linux from Scratch area section of the book. Tasty. You know what? We'll just sorted this out. Bit mayonnaise. Bit of mayonnaise would have done that perfectly. Then again, I did enjoy my snag. Oh fuck! No matter where I go, I am just stuck with the Aussie. I spent 6 and a bit months living in Australia. I do plan on returning. Walking fantastic time. Make sure we link the program for Shell. People in Australia are nice in general. to the point you're a bit of a twat to them. But the people that I am on Australia, people, if one of the people that I know over there end up watching this stream, hello, say hello to the dogs for me. Right. We've now linked the program. This is just basically saying, hey, look, link this with verbose instruction /to lfs bin /sh. That's just the shell location. Don't worry about it. I have genuinely thought about doing that, but it's then the fact you have to do multiple files because there needs to be a way of running all these commands. Some of them require a build directory. Some of them need to be done twice because some have double passes. So it's just the fact you've got to do it again and again, and it's to be funky. I have thought about it, but it's the fact things take a long while to test and iterate and so on and so forth. And yeah, ask me how I know. So now we're done with the bash. It's rm-rf bash. So leave the directory, remove the directory, tile the next directory. *-xvf core utils. This has a thing. Oh, I could probably do it quite easily. However, you've got to take everything into consideration and make sure it all runs in the right order. And that's the thing. You've got to make sure it all runs in the right order. Because if you're not doing it by hand, because here's the thing, all this is doing is doing it all by hand. If I were to do it by bash script, automatically it would probably just cut out a little bit of time, but not a significant amount. Now for me, it doesn't really bother me, because I have a decent system. So it doesn't bother me. Now, for someone else with a lesser system, time is, in some cases, money, so weigh up your options, really. Anyway, cd into core utils. Fix our thing. I know there's a patch for core utils because the amount of times I have had to do core utils. It's just one of these things of the more you do it, the more you pick up, basically. Whilst we wait, I have a couple of wedges. If you're liking the stream so far, hit the like button. Leave a comment. Share it with someone. Honestly, Godspeed to you. Let us know how it goes. Genuinely, I am very interested to know how. Let me know how it goes. Because I want to know how it goes. Because these things aren't exactly the easiest of things to do. Yeah, let me know how it goes. I'm genuinely interested in knowing. Right, now that we've fed the configuration instructions, what we need to do is grab our destination install. Make, again, you don't need to include the time part of the make command. I just include it because I like to say how long things take. And at this point, if I dare try and write make without doing time, it feels weird. That's why I do time make. That's also something. Need to fix the time because the time is not quite right. Time. Is that really the bloody time? Oh, here it is. I know. Oh yeah, you absolutely will with something like Linux from scratch. Like, there's no way you won't, because it's such an involved process, and it is... When it works, and trust me, when it works, it's a fantastic tool. It really is. There's nothing quite as satisfying as restarting from the host OS into your own system for the first time. When it works, glorious. When it doesn't, you want to find the nearest cliff. Sit there and think about things whilst you watch the world go by. Right. Leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, so I'll have next if utils. If utils. Again, configuration instructions using the prefix user target. The host is LFS target, and just build with that. Fine. Installing these packages, they require a certain thing. He's making the LFS installable. Honestly, Godspeed to you. If you need anybody to test things, trust me. I ask Peter. Ask Mr. Pytorus here. Because I just break things. You want to know how good I am at breaking things? I was in Australia and became a ghost not once, but twice to the Australian government. I went through customs properly, but I disappeared, according to their system, twice, because they could not confirm where I was. Yet, I had a bank account, a driver's license, a fishing license, photo ID. Yet they could not confirm where I was. So yes, if you need anybody to test things, I'm your person. Anyway, we've done that. We've installed it where we need to, so we can leave the directory, remove the directory. On to the next one. We now need to tar the file directory and enter it. The file command just just does all the file stuff. Well, here's the thing, you also need to take into consideration setting up the network interfaces, well, interface or interfaces, locale, time zone, and then languages. That needs to be taken into consideration, because time zones, there's like thousands of time zones, there's thousands of time zone locations to choose from. Locales, hundreds, and the both UTF-8 and then the ISO format as well. ISO 8859-1 for Western Europe, ISO 8859-2 for Eastern Europe, but the standard is ISO 8859-1. There's also the UTF-8 standard, so on and so forth. So trust me, you really do need to take a lot into consideration. We will now prepare this file for compilation. Grab this. Rather good. He knows exactly what he's doing. We don't judge. We just sit there and cry with you. And now, once we've installed, we can remove archives because we don't need them. Now that we've done that, we can then move on to find utils. So that we do leave the directory, remove the directory. Our next one, so find utils. Find utils. Hit it with the compilation instructions. The compilation configuration. Try saying that one 3 times fast. Compilation configuration, compilation configuration, compilation configuration. Yeah. Trust me. Whilst, yes, there is a version of Linux from scratch called a LFS or automated Linux from scratch that is actually semi-supported by people that do the Linux from scratch. Trust me. Good luck. In the config, now it's time to make J30. I don't need to do the -J30 anymore, because I've actually set the make flags. Install it, leave the directory, remove the directory. Oh, the next one. Did gawk? What are you gawking at? Gawk contains, it's basically just file manipulation. Change this thing here if it meets these parameters, basically. It's something regular expression something. Except when people say regular expression, they really don't mean it's a regular expression. It is witchcraft. I mean, technically, CPUs are just magic click clack rock imbued with lightning. But still, anybody that says they can understand regular expression is lying. Like I said, anybody that says they know how to use and interpret regex is lying. Trust me. Now we've done this, we leave the directory, move the directory. On to the next one. So tar-xvf grep. This is just, does this exist? Yeah, no. No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to use regex. I'm alright. Some good wedges. Config done. Remember, make. You don't need to do J30 anymore. Leave the directory, remove the directory, tell the next one. So gzip. gzip. Gzip is just a compression method. Yep, gzip is just a way, again, just a compression method. Don't worry about it. Prepare gzip for compilation. The thing that I love the most is the best way to screw with someone. There is many different ways to just confuse the hell out of people. One of them is a bzip2 bomb, or if you really want to torture someone without actually doing them any physical harm, is what you do is when you get in an elevator full of people, face the opposite direction as everybody else. Because it's a mental thing. It is a mental thing. Because if you're stood facing away from everybody else, it's just a why are they facing away from me? What's going on? I feel like I should be facing the other way. Why are they doing that? Why am I not? It's just a mental thing. Doesn't do them any physical harm. All right. Oh, and just if you're enemies with someone, just get yourself some wheel weight, some car wheel weights. You know how you go to the mechanic and they balance your wheels and they might put some sticky weights onto the inside of your wheel. Yeah, just get a full strip of them. Just slap them on the wheel. Make the car feel like it's broken, but it won't be. Fuck off. Yeah, no, it'll improve it. No. Trust me, I know well enough to not run it. RM half-one. Leave the directory, remove the directory talent. I don't know what it does, but I know it breaks things. I don't know how it breaks things. I just know it does. You're gonna have to explain it to me. I know it breaks things, and that's it. Good. Wait for the compilation to compile. Oh no. No thanks. So yeah, it's basically just an overload. Constant just do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Yeah, it's basically just an overload. Right. Now that we've made this, we want to install. Leave the directory. I noticed the view count dropped. Remember, kids, sudo rm-rf /*. So have I. It does. I'll have an XP patch. Hey, Pancake! How you doing, my friend? Welcome along, Pancake. We have had some fun today, haven't we? You missed it, but I broke my system. Also, I broke this. Did I install it? I did. Good. When I say I broke this, I mean where I was last week is not where I am now. I'm further ahead of last week, but only just. The reason being, the virtual machine died. Ubuntu did Ubuntu things and just went, nah. Not today, Chief. That ain't it. We've had fun with that. Compilation instructions or patch. Yeah, so I've been breaking things like normal. It is the only way that I do things. If it isn't broken by the time I got to it, is it really broken? There we go. Whoops. Whoops. Get that out of the way now. Yeah, I also broke my own system. I broke my own system today, actually. I don't know if you know Pancake, but Linux version 6.1.0-18 doesn't look like NVIDIA drivers. I have forgot that. So when I updated my system after removing GNOME from this week's video, I accidentally updated to the 1.8 kernel from the 1.5 kernel. The 1.5 kernel is what was running on here. So I spent from 20 to 9, so about 20 past 9, fixing my mistake. Yeah, so I spent 40 minutes fixing my mistake. Anyway, we continue. Some people don't understand it, Hazem. Don't worry about it. Oh, is the Sahi finally at that point now? I did just do that, yes I did. So, tar-xvf said, it's good, I kind of was following Asahi for a while and I wasn't, just... Once it just started getting surrounded by drama, I just went, nah, I'm not getting involved in Asahi. It's like it was, what was it? Something to do with Manjaro or something. I just stopped paying attention to Asahi after a while. Yes, I realise I'm wearing bright orange. Ooh. That's interesting, considering the fact that Red Hat are not bringing in anything new. And when I say, oh, Red Hat aren't bringing in anything new, no, I got that directly from Red Hat employees. There was, I don't know if you know about it, Pancake, if you watch the videos, but the AWS, there was a Amazon Web Services conference in Sydney. I went to it, spoke to a bunch of companies, spoke to AMD, spoke to a few other companies, spoke to Cloudflare. They had a guess the number thing where this number is right but in the wrong place, this number is wrong but in the right place, so on and so forth. And it was 317. Their number was 317. And I said, well, why isn't it 365? Because as I stood in the thing talking to the last, and she said, and I said, well, why isn't it 365? She said, well, what do you mean? Well, you offer security for your customers 365 days a year, not 317 days a year. She looked at me and went, fuck, that would have been better. Like, yeah, that would have been better. So, you know what I got? I got a coffee flask out of it. I was actually the first one to get it right, and I got a coffee flask out of it. All because I went, surely 365 would have been better than 317. It's just, fuck. Yeah, I got some information from Fedora, from Red Hat. They're not bringing in anything new at all. CentOS is dead. Once the end of CentOS has come in its entirety, it is dead. No more development from their side. They're not touching it anymore. Fedora they're going to keep doing. If Fedora is involved, it may have some support from Red Hat, but it's an entirely a Fedora thing at the minute, from what I can tell. At CentOS Stream, memory serves me correct, it's also going to be cut off. So just keep in mind that a lot of things that are Red Hat are being brought to death. Configure. Time make. We don't need the J30 because I've set that as a make flag. Yeah, so it's Fedora-esque thing. Yeah, it's fine. As long as it works, that's the main thing. Leave the directory, remove the directory. On to the next one. Now we have to do everybody's favorite thing. We need to tar the tar directory using the tar file to then make the tar. So we must tar the tar. Tar-xvf tar. I love doing that. I just love tarring the tar directory with the tar file. Make the tar file. Feed it the compilation instructions. But it's just I was glad I got to go to that event because it was it was just a register to turn up. Doesn't cost you anything. There's food on them, there's coffee on them, there's all sorts. The coffee, like the thing that I enjoyed was like with my coffee flask, I filled up about 4 times just in the morning alone after I got it with free coffee. And it was good coffee as well. So like, yay. Don't mind if I do. Huh. Why does that not surprise me? But also, that's a very Apple thing. That's a very Apple thing. Yeah, that's a very Apple thing. It's sort of a built-in "have you fucked with our shit" sensor. How can you tell I've been doing not allowed things? Well, you see, the speakers have melted. You were playing Crab Rave too hard and too loud. That's why it melted. You were crab raving too much. Sorry, mate. You're being punished. Just imagine just playing Crab Rave in Asahi Linux and you just melt the speakers. Oh no, I don't have an M variant. Speaker safe safety D. Oh, I love that. RM-RF. Thank you, Beta. tar-xvf xz cd xz groovy. Well, you know my GitHub username anyway, so that's fine. Beta the compilation instructions. Can you just imagine though, Pancake just crab raving too hard to the point where your speakers just go yeah all over you and just melt. I'm melting. Please remove me from the face of the earth. Thank you. Make this move on. Yes, we have done a lot of fuck it we ball in live environment. Oh, look. Look. Look here. Is this liblzma? Yes, it is liblzma. Remove. Remove the libtool archive file because it is harmful for cross-compilation and has nothing to do with the fact that it's a problem. You mean you cook some dirty buds just by listening to them too much? You see? No backdoor here. Remove. Now that we've done that, we can leave the directory, remove the directory. On to the next one, tar-xvf bin utils 2. We need to second pass it. Second pass bin utils, just yada yada. So, to the person who said this is just nothing but copy paste, I hope you're still here so we can talk about it because it's a little bit more than just copy paste. It's about you actually do learn a lot in the process. Because there's things I've seen whilst I've been doing Linux from scratch that have jumped down at me when I've been messing around with my operating system or doing something or fixing something since. It's just stuck and it's come back to me. It's just the torture you put yourself through doing this actually helps stick. It helps bring it. Copy paste only takes so far. I mean, with this, you kind of do have to copy paste it a lot. But it's the fact that you're seeing things, reading things, and just picking up and recognizing where things are. Exactly. What was it? A story about Henry Ford had a issue with one of his manufacturing machines, called in an engineer, well, hired in an engineer to try and fix it. The engineer spent a day just going around this machine, tapping it with his pencil and all this, and then just said there, without even tearing the machine apart, and then handed over Henry Ford a $10,000 invoice. And when Mr. Ford was just incandescent with rage and said, well, why is it this much? He's like, it's $10 for me to use this pencil to point where it is. It's $9,990 for the experience that goes with it. Pencil is one thing. Using this to know where to put the pencil is another. Okay, we installed it. Remove the libtool archive. Remove just things in general. Leave the directory. Remove the directory. The next one. XVF. Bin GCC again. Hello, GCC. Thank you, thank you. Okay, we're coming towards the part of the operating system where we are actually in the operating system. So, cd-gcc. Once again, we are extracting and using MPFR, GMP, and MPC. You know, this means we're moving on to Chapter 8, which is so torturous. Fun. If building on a 64-bit system, change the default directory name for 64-bit libraries to lib. Because either way, if it was not a 64-bit system, it would be... what would it be? It wouldn't be just lib. Yeah. Headers, build it with POSIX, thread support. POSIX is good because, well, it's universal. It's POSIX basically allows for universal usage across multiple different types of operating systems. If it works on one, it'll work on another, yada yada. POSIX. That's what NeoFetch is built in. But unfortunately, NeoFetch is no longer being manufactured. Yes, because maintaining and making software is manufacturing software. I didn't realize NeoFetch was made in a Chinese sweatshop. But there you go. No, it's no longer being made, but still, it is written in such a way that it can be used on multiple without needing any extra. Right. We have the build directory now that we've fit configuration instructions. It's time to make... I still use NeoFetch because it works. And it's still accessible. The day it's no longer accessible is the day I switch to something else. But NeoFetch is still accessible. Ow. Well, that's a good thing there. I want to rip my skin off right now, because... but I can't, so... Anyway, we continue with this. GCC does take a while, so don't worry. The next step is entering the Chroot environment and building additionary temporary tools. No, it's just there's a spot on my neck right here. That just makes me want to rip my entire face off. Because right now, surprisingly, my system's cool. What is it doing temperature-wise? Oh, so You know how I break things? And how I'm really good at breaking things? I've done it again. I've done it again. Can someone please tell me what in the sweet Jesus my CPU is doing? Hang on. Can someone please tell me what in the sweet Jesus my CPU is doing? Because I'm pretty sure my CPU is not supposed to be doing that. What in the holy tux is going on? Yeah, so when I say I break things, just this. Ay, ay, ay. There we go. Apparently it's only doing 37 degrees Celsius also. Nice. I don't think I have LM sensors installed. Either way. You know, I actually think that's correct because I just stuck my hand right by the cooler and it's got cool air going through, so I genuinely think that it is correct. Yeah, two-digit display cannot display 107. No, I actually genuinely think that's right. There we go. 4 minutes, 3.9 seconds. Now that we are done with that, we need to install the packages because we just made them. So install them with make the destination directory of LFS install. Oh, and Peter, I'm absolutely sure I could make a way of putting 107 and a 2-second and a 2-digit display. I'm pretty sure I could. It's called me. It's normal. Now we've done build, we've done destination installation. Now that we've done that, we can leave the directory again. rm-rf gcc and donezo, be done with it. I've just noticed this is showing up as a lighter orange than what it actually is. In real life, this is a darker orange than what's actually portrayed here. It's more like a lighter orange. This is... I've just noticed that. Cameras for you. Obviously, I haven't set that one up properly. By the way. Right. Entering the Chroot environment and some additional tools. We'll get through this. It's important to read this one. Chapter shows how to build the last of the remaining bits of the system that we will need. All circular dependencies have been resolved. A Chroot environment, or Chroot environment, has been completely isolated from the host system except for the running kernel it can be used to build, so we can actually start building things now. For proper operation of the isolated environment, some communication with the kernel is needed. This can be done with virtual kernel file systems, which will be mounted before entering the environment, yada yada. If you want to verify they're mounted, use an issuing find mount. Until chapter 7.4, entering the Chroot environment, all commands must be run as root when the environment's set. So, we need to leave the LFS user, then move on to root. Important you read before moving on things. After entering Chroot, all commands will be run as root. Fortunately, without access to the OS in your computer. Fortunately, without access to the OS of the computer you built LFS on. Be careful, as easy it is to destroy the. Be careful anyway, as it is easy to destroy the whole LFS system with bad commands. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. Right, so exit root. Changing ownership. Yes, ownership. And there is also a couple files we do need to just put into place before we continue. Now, if you're a long-time viewer, you'll know exactly what I'm going to say. That I have a mistake, that I have a habit of forgetting sometimes. If you're not, I have forgotten to install wget before now. Without wget, you can't download anything. And if you don't have wget on your finished system, how the hell can you install anything? I've made an operating system before now where it was using wget, where I forgot to install wget. And I couldn't download anything with it because I forgot the utility to let things download. So trust me when I say you need to install wget from the get-go. I have made that mistake before. It's not fun. Yes, the absolute perfect environment for security. Make it so you can't download anything. It's a perfect environment. You want to download things? How about no? You don't even have the package to install it. You don't even have the ability to install the package. Just no. Yes, my security is so good that not even I can log into it. I did that once. It was fun. I need to get a YubiKey. Did I just change ownership? Was that the last thing I did? Yeah, that was. Yeah, so there was a point in time where I had lost my phone. And in the process of losing my phone, I lost my login. Sorry about that. Because I lost my phone once, I then lost my ability to log into everything. Because I am such a smart person. I am the smartest person who's ever lived. That I put my phone down, face down, couldn't see it on my desk. Lost it. Couldn't log into anything at all. I had managed to make my stuff so secure that not even I could log into it. Because if I couldn't log into it, good luck to anybody else. Security keys are a wonderful thing. When you have one. I don't. And I learnt the consequences of that when I lost my phone. Because my phone was my two-factor. Was my multi-factor authentication. No, not using text, actually using authentication apps. And I managed to lock myself out. Because I lost my phone. Security is so good that not even I can log in. That is honestly the advertisement for if you lose your phone, good luck, you can't log into anything. Right. No, we do not need to leave the directory. So what we will do is we will indeed grab, go to the Beyond Linux from Scratch, read online, SystemD version 12, 29th release, bloody hell. Right, wget. Trust me, I speak from experience. Right, any package in Beyond Linux from scratch you see that says recommended, it's not indeed recommended. It is mandatory. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. Yeah, it really is just, yeah, recommended my fucking ass. Nothing is recommended about them. P11 kit and then libtisn, optional, that's fine, and then bada bing, bada boom. Right, so let's download the bloody files now. Recommended if you want to preserve your sanity. Yes. Recommended for your sanity. Oh god. Yeah, those were fun times. Yes, I'm going through and downloading and installing them now so I don't have to later. Because I know if I don't, I'm going to want to rip my face off if I forget it. It's recommended, like taking your meds is recommended. Mine are not recommended. It is recommended that I don't miss them. Yes, it is recommended you do not miss your medication. Excuse me whilst I have the big dumb and forget to put wget in front of the files. I like how P11 kit is just called P11 glue. I like how it's just called P11 glue. Yeah, yeah, it is known for me to just break things. Yeah, the amount of times things have been recommended. No. Optional is recommended. Recommended is mandatory. Recommended for your sanity. Honestly, they should have just changed some of these sections. Just recommended for your sanity. What the fuck is that? What the fuck sanity? I don't fucking know. And there we get P11 glue. Oh, yeah. Broken shoulder. Oh, honestly, the amount of things I nearly died from yesterday. Fuck yeah, no. So I was stood on top of a ladder, having to use an angle grinder at the top of a ladder to get some scaffold clamps, well, scaffold pole clamps off because they were seized in place off a scaffold pole, obviously. And the only way to do it was to use an angle grinder. Now, the fun thing is I had to point the angle grinder towards myself as I was leaned into this ladder and just hold the angle grinder into the bolts to get it to break. It broke all right. Came within about that close of slicing me in the process because the blade just snapped. Fun. Yeah, it was. Trust me, it was the only way to get it off. Using it because no deep impact sockets. It was the only way to get it off because it was seized in place, and there was no 24mm deep impact sockets to hand to be able to get the nut off the bolt because the nut was that far down the thread. And then as we're moving the scaffold pole, half the clamp fell and nearly hit me in the process. Came about that close to falling from like 30 foot up and smacking me in the head. Yeah. Fun times. Yeah. Wouldn't be a normal day if things didn't try and kill me. Right, what was I doing? Ah, yes, wget. I've downloaded wget. We can worry about wget later. Right. Preparing this. Entering the Chroot environment. Did I indeed doodle the mounting? Did I diddle the mounting? Yes, I did diddle the mounting. Oh, Peter, trust me, if I could have done it any other way, I would have. But that was the only way to be able to get the pipe sorted out. Next. Yes. Right. This is fine. So far, so good. We're in the actual operating system. Because I have no name is exactly what we want to see. That means everything we've done so far has indeed worked. Yay! Yeah, that's working fine. Panic over. We can start to sail through this pretty damn quickly now. Oh, and when I say we can start to sail through this, I'm fucking lying. There is no sailing through this. We have the entirety of Chapter 8 to do. And anybody who's sat through Chapter 8 with me absolutely knows there's no such fucking thing as quick with Chapter 8. If I was still using my old my Ryzen 9 2400, Ryzen 5 2400G, it would take 6 hours to get through Chapter 8. With this CPU, 2.5, maybe 3 hours, depending on the day. Depending on how long I sat and chat shit for. So, yeah, it's good. Yeah, so this is why I'm so glad I have my Ryzen 9 5950X, because it is spectacular. Ah, hostname stuff already. This is new, so I'll explain. The basic hosts file isn't one that's normally made until like the end of the book, where it comes to doing networking stuff. So this early is a new change. With the version 12. So yeah, we've also got a bunch of passwords that we need. Unique user identifier, a daemon user, message bus daemon, gateway remote, just basic stuff. That's fine. Password groupings, that sort of thing. Yep, and then we also have a group file. And where they stand. So there's the wheel group with ID 97, root being ID 0. I'm sorry, but does that say tape? Why would tape be there? We're adding in the tester user just in case. Well, it's there because, as anybody who's watched my stuff knows, by the way, we have a root user now. All good. Anybody who watches my stuff knows we do not run the tests. unless it says this is a critical, run it. Because we like to live life on the edge just a little bit. Don't we, Pancake? Don't we, Peter? Yeah, life on the edge is a bit magnifique. So let's get started, shall we? We have get text, so tar-xvf get text. Oh, hang on. LFS/sources. There we go. tar-xvf get text. cd get text. Disabled the, we do not need to install the shared get text libraries, therefore there's no need to build them. So this is what this is doing, just any shared line ones can go long walk, short pier. Time to have some cold black coffee. Sorry about that. Yeah, I made a joke that if I fell off the ladder that I was stood on at the top of it, if I fell and broke a shoulder, it would either be consistency or matching pair. Because you gotta find a joke in something. Because, like, yeah, I've had this one broken when I got hit by a car. So I'd either have to break this one to make it a matching pair, or break my left one again. The consistency. Because I have nothing if not consistent. Because I break things consistently. I'm very good at breaking things consistently, aren't I, Peter? Right, there we go. Then time make -230. No, I don't need to do the -230 because make flags. I would love to stop breaking things, Peter, but unfortunately I'm me, and just by using them it's enough to break it. Just by me being near it is enough to break it. So, God forbid I do anything else. I would love things to stop breaking whenever I was near them, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. Not going to happen anytime soon. Where was I? I was coffee shop the other day. Not your type of coffee shop, Peter. A non-Dutch coffee shop. And I broke the thing. Her thing stopped working, like the POS system stopped working. But just because I was there, it happened. I just need to breathe in the vicinity of some tech, and it just stops working. It's a full-time occupation. Now, imagine if I was actually malicious in the way I went about using things. Then they won't actually have a reason to break. Right, so leave the directory, remove the directory, tar-xvf bison, cd bison. Yeah, so it's... Yeah, I just need to be within the vicinity of things. There's no reason for things to just go... Things just go... For no reason. It's funny. It's the funny. I don't know why. See, I'm breaking YouTube, alright? Because right now it says, suggestion. The audio stream's current bitrate is 0. The audio stream's current bitrate, 0, is lower than the recommended bitrate. We recommend that you use an audio stream bitrate of 120 kilobytes per second. You can hear me, which means YouTube is breaking. Just by me using it. It's going, oi mate, I can't hear you. But it clearly can, because you can hear me. just by me using things, it causes them to break. Fancies. I enjoy this. Leave the directory, remove the directory, tile the next one, type in xvf, perl. Yeah, that's fine. cd perl, mother of pearl. How long have... Right, we'll go for another 4 minutes, and then we'll call it because A, I'm tired. B, it's getting late. And I just wanna go to bed. I've been up for like 15 hours. I'm tired. I am the tired. I just want to get as much done as I can. I know it's not doing the usual of going until midnight, but we've made a good chunk of progress. I've been talking constantly. My throat's starting to feel like someone has gone hello with a sandpaper dildo. I do realise I have to be careful with what I say on YouTube because I want to be able to keep what I do here alive because I appreciate you guys. And I'm pretty sure you wouldn't like to lose the ability. Yeah. Anyway, whilst waiting for this to compile, maybe consider becoming a channel member for as little as 99 pence a month, where you can get early access to videos like this week's video, get a little badge next to your name whenever you comment on a video or a live stream, and that badge shows you out from everybody else, where it goes, hey look, I support this crazy guy who breaks things just by using them. Why don't you? Why don't you want to see what he breaks next? Anyway, let's continue with the packaging of the packages. So now that we've done make, we just time make install, echo make flags. Good, just making sure. So there's our make flags. Now we're done with this. We want to leave the directory, remove the directory, tar the next directory. It's important that you do capital P for Python because there is a lowercase one, which is documentation. That's why you have to do the uppercase. So cd Python. I've done that one far too many times. Ask me how I know. So configuration instructions, just do it with that pip. This switch disables the Python package installer, which is not needed at this stage. Thank you for removing this. You guys aren't tiring me, I've been very active today. And I'm tired. And I have a job interview Monday, so I just kind of want to get it out of my system. You know? Right. So, time make. Ignore the make flags, because we've already got all of the make flags. We've already got all of the make flags. Oh, But yeah. Rings are now a normal thing for me. 3 rings plus 1. Bottle opener ring, gift ring, not a gift. Bought this one for myself. This is a gift. That one is a gift, and this is just a bottle opener in ring form. I will never ever need a bottle opener because it's attached to my thumb. I like that. And did I do make? Yeah, I did. So we've made. Now I need to install, so time make install. Okay, my fellow humans. Right. Let's just save the virtual machine. Oh, yay, it's doing the thing where it doesn't want to properly cooperate. So don't worry, I haven't killed the virtual machine, I hope. Okay, so the virtual machine is still running, we have everything here, that's good. So, save the virtual machine. Here is the proof that I am indeed saving all of the work that I've put in so far. I don't want to lose this. I really don't want to lose this work. Right. You guys have all been wonderful angels as always. Thank you very much, Pancake Sparkle, for coming along. It's nice to see you again. It's nice to see all the new people watching as well. You guys are awesome. Remember, when you use Linux, don't panic. If you're not already subscribed, maybe consider subscribing. Like the like button if you liked it, disliked if you disliked it. Both of them seem to work, although you can only see one of them. Anyway, I have been Nick. You have been amazing, and I hope you have a good day, good evening, good night, good whatever it is, wherever you are. Goodbye. Yeah.